Most budget stick welders overheat and quit before your project's done. I researched 20 welders under 200 and filtered the ones that actually deliver stable arc and duty cycle. What I found about true amperage will save you from buying a welder under 200 that dies mid-bead. Let's dive in. Starting off at number 5. And this one caught my attention for a reason that actually matters. It removes most of the excuses people have for not getting into welding. The YESWELDER 135A 3-in-1 runs on standard 110V household power, no gas setup required, and weighs right around 11 to 12 pounds. Plug it in, load the included flux core wire, and you're welding, potentially same day it arrives. For anyone who's been putting off a welder purchase because of setup complexity, that's worth stopping on. The synergic control is what I think makes this machine genuinely useful for beginners. You dial in wire feed speed, and the machine automatically matches the voltage. You fine-tune from there. No guessing at settings. No burning through scrap while figuring it out. People who've used it on thin sheet metal, exhaust work, and trailer repairs confirm the arc is stable and wire feeding is consistent. There's something that doesn't get mentioned enough. There's a physical protection cover over the display and control knobs. Sounds minor, but sparks will hit your machine, and keeping those controls intact is what separates a long-term tool from one that starts playing up after a few months. A few honest limitations. The included accessories, spool holder, ground clamp, electrode holder are functional but feel budget grade. Not a deal breaker, but worth knowing, the display also doesn't show true amperage or voltage in flux core mode. It's a relative scale, not actual output. That's a known trade-off with synergic-only machines. And on TIG, the function is there, but you need to buy the lift, TIG torch, and argon tank separately. Think of it as a future option, not a primary selling point for this purchase. For a DIY builder who wants something portable, no gas, runs off a standard outlet, and actually handles sheet metal and light fab work reliably, this earns its spot. The link is in the description. Number 4 is the ARCCAPTAIN 205A, and the reason it earns this spot might surprise you. Here's the thing about 6010 rods. Budget inverters almost never run them reliably. The 6010 is a cellulose rod that demands high open circuit voltage and a very specific arc behavior. Most machines in this price range either skip it entirely or choke on it. This one doesn't. A retired certified pressure vessel welder ran Victory, ESAB, InWeld, and Lincoln Excalibur rods through this machine, including 6010 and even 8010. His key finding, set hot start to 10 and arc force to 30. With those dialed in, it runs. That's a real differentiator at this price point. Now set that aside and look at what else you're getting. 205 amps on 240, down to 150 on 120 volts. It weighs 8.2 pounds. For reference, a welder this capable usually sits on a cart. This one has a shoulder strap and is barely bigger than a lunchbox. The portability is genuine. Not just a spec sheet claim. Multiple experienced welders confirm. It handles heavier steel than they expected from a machine this size. Where it falls short is the included accessories. The stinger, the electrode holder you grab every single weld, is noticeably cheap. It works, but it feels like an afterthought. If you plan to run it at higher amps regularly, upgrading the leads is worth considering. The stock cables are aluminum core and can run hot under load. There's something else worth mentioning, the app control. Adjust parameters from 10 meters away without lifting your helmet. Useful in tight spots or awkward positions. Most users don't rely on it daily, but when you need it, it's there. One edge case to flag. A buyer reported repeated tripping issues on 120 volts. Worth confirming your outlet wiring is solid before writing the machine off. For a dual voltage stick welder that actually runs demanding rods and fits in a backpack, this is hard to beat. The link is in the description. Number 3 on the list, and this one earns its spot in a way that isn't obvious from the specs. The TOOLIOM 135A gives you stick welding and lift TIG in the same machine. 2 processes, 1 entry-level price. That's a bigger deal than it might look. Lift TIG is worth breaking down. It's a simplified TIG process that skips the foot pedal and the high-frequency start. You touch the tungsten to the base metal, lift it, and the arc starts clean. Less spatter, tighter control on thinner material, and a much shorter learning curve than traditional TIG. For anyone chasing cleaner bead profiles on stainless or thin sheet, that's a genuine capability, not a marketing checkbox. On the stick side, it hits 135 amps off a standard household outlet. People have been running 3 32nd-inch rods and getting solid penetration into a 1/4 inch of steel. That's the realistic ceiling for this size and voltage. It covers home garage repairs, small metal fabrication, and general maintenance work without needing a 220-volt circuit. And here's what genuinely stands out. Someone who hadn't touched a welder in 30 years picked this up and ran TIG on stainless on their first attempt. That's not luck. That speaks to how forgiving the ARC startup actually is on this machine. The honest caveat is on the stick side. A few users have flagged ARC inconsistency, with difficulty maintaining a clean connection to the metal. It's not the majority experience, but it's a real pattern. If stable stick ARC is your primary requirement, it's a factor worth weighing. Where this wins is versatility and portability. It's genuinely lightweight, has an adjustable shoulder strap, and ships with the TIG torch, welding rods, and gloves already included. No scrambling for accessories on day one. For someone who wants to explore TIG without committing to a dedicated TIG machine, this makes a strong case. The link is in the description. At number 2 on the list, and honestly, this one earned its spot, the DEKOPRO 160A has a reputation among people who've actually used it as a sleeper. Small, compact, almost toy-like when you first pick it up. A 30-year welding veteran called it exactly that. Something that looks like a dud and packs a real punch. When someone with 3 decades on professional-grade machines says that, it's worth listening to. Here's the honest issue to get out of the way up front. The included stinger and ground clamp are cheap. This comes up consistently across the reviews. Plan on replacing both right away and budget for it from the start. Once you do, the machine runs differently. Think of the stock leads as temporary. Now, the IGBT inverter technology is what makes this hold up in practice. Hot start, built-in anti-stick, and arc stability that stays consistent across different rod types and thicknesses. Those aren't spec sheet checkboxes. They're why 60-13 and 70-18 rods run smooth on this machine, and why a complete beginner can actually learn without fighting the equipment on every strike. The dual voltage is a bigger deal than it gets credit for. On 110, it handles lighter work comfortably. On 220, it opens up. A machinist ran it through 45 rotor shaft repairs, 37 cast iron repairs, and 55 gearbox jobs with 0 issues. That's production use on demanding material, not someone making garden art on weekends. One limitation worth knowing, 60-10 rod won't run on this machine. If that matters for your work, it's a real consideration. For everything else, 60-11, 60-13, 70-18, you're covered. It also carries ETL certification, which matters in a category where safety claims from budget brands are often hard to verify. If you're tired of calling in mobile welders every time something breaks on the farm or in the shop, this is the kind of machine that changes that equation. The link is in the description. Before we reveal our number 1, be sure to check out the description below for the freshest deals on each of these items. And to close it out, number 1 on the list, the YESWELDER 205A dual voltage stick welder. This earns the top spot for a straightforward reason. Nothing else in this price range gives you this much flexibility in one compact package. Start with the dual voltage. You can run this on a standard 110 volt outlet at home and still pull up to 145 amps. Switch to 220 and you're at a full 205. That matters because not everyone has a 220 circuit in their garage today, but most people eventually do. This machine works either way without you losing anything meaningful. The weight is 8.4 pounds. That's lighter than most toolboxes. You pick it up, put it in your truck and fix something on site. One buyer actually runs 5 of these across his crew because of exactly that combination. Real amperage output and genuine portability in one machine. Now for the controls. Hot start and arc force. Both adjustable across 10 levels. The hot start makes a clean, confident strike on 1/8 inch 70-18 rods. One of the trickier electrodes at this level. Arc force keeps 60-11s from wandering on you. These aren't marketing checkbox features. They're what separates a machine you enjoy using from one you fight every session. Here's the honest part. The amperage display reads high. Some users have measured it running 20 to 30% below what the dial shows. It's an annoying quirk, but manageable. You dial it in through a few test runs, and you move on. 70-18s and 60-11s are clearly its strong suit. 60-13s can be unpredictable, and 3/16 inch rods will push it near its limits. One thing that doesn't get much attention, this also supports lift TIG with the right attachments. It's a stick welder first. But that option is there if your work ever needs it. For home repairs, farm maintenance, trailer jobs, light fabrication, this is the one I'd point you to. The link is in the description. You now know how to separate the machines that actually perform from the ones that just look the part on a spec sheet. If you're brand new and want something you can plug into a household outlet and weld the same day, number 5 handles that without friction. If budget is the hard ceiling, number 2 is the sleeper on this list. If you want the most capable and flexible machine across both voltages, number 1 is the clear answer. Prices on these shift. Links with the latest deals are in the description.